Hello students, today we are going to start with a new lesson from EVS subject, that is lesson number 25, Changes in Our Surroundings. But before starting the lesson, let's find answers to few questions. What do you see on the screen? Yes, there are two pictures. One is of the day and the other is of the night. We can see things around us clearly during the day. But why can't we see them clearly at the night? As you can see in these two pictures, first picture shows the daytime and we can see the things clearly in this picture, but not during the night. In the second picture, we cannot see anything. Why is it so? It is because during the day we get sunlight. Here is the sun which gives us light during the day. That is why we can see the things around us clearly. It grows dark after the sun has set. There is not enough light. We see the stars in the sky at night, but we don't see the things around us clearly. We can see little stars in the sky, but other things are blurry. That is, they are not seen. See the difference in the two pictures. Left picture shows the day. There is lots of sunlight and hence we can see the things clearly. But at the night, the sun has already set, and that is why there is darkness everywhere. So, we cannot see the things around us clearly during the night time. Now children, look at this picture. Children are playing in the garden. During the day we get sunlight. That is why we can see all the things clearly in this garden. Now look at the same picture. This is the same garden where children were playing during the day. But now we cannot see things clearly here. Why is it so? Because it grows darker after the sun has set. This is the difference during the daytime and the night time. Now you all must be wondering that why the cycle of day and night occurs every day. So students, we live on the earth and earth gets light from the sun. Shape of earth is like that of a big ball. So this is our globe and this is a torch, and if we light it on this globe, then the light from the torch does not reach the entire globe. At the same time, half the globe gets light while the other half remains dark. In the same way, our earth does not receive sunlight fully. Half part gets sunlight and the other half remains dark. The part of earth which gets the light, we then call it as day, while the other half part which does not get the sunlight at that time, we call it as night. Every day we see day changing to the night and night changing into the day. Night comes after the day and then the day follows the night. This cycle goes on continuously without ever stopping. What could be the reason for that? Yes, the reason is the earth rotates around itself, and while spinning around itself, it also revolves around the sun. Students, the earth is moving all the time, even though we cannot feel it. There are two types of movements, rotation and revolution. Now let's see the meaning of rotation. The movement of the earth on its own axis is called as rotation. Look at this figure. There is an orange line which is running through the center of the earth. This line is called as axis. Axis is an imaginary line that runs through the center of the earth. And this rotation of earth is responsible for causing the day and night. Rotation causes day and night. It takes 24 hours or 1 day for the earth to complete one rotation. Now let's see how rotation of earth causes day and night. I just told you that the earth spins on its axis. As earth rotates, one half of it faces the sun. The sunlight falls on this half. Therefore, it is daytime in this half. The part of the earth on the other side is not facing the sun. So, that part is dark and therefore there is night time. Now students, as the earth keeps on rotating, the dark part which faces sun experiences daytime and the part which was having day earlier experiences the night time. This process goes on continuously without taking a break. So we experience day and night. Now let's see the revolution of the earth. The movement of earth around the sun in a fixed path is called as revolution. This fixed path is also called as the orbit. You can see the orbit in the picture. Now let's see how earth revolves around the sun. While rotating on its own axis, the earth also moves around the sun on a fixed path called orbit. This movement of earth around the sun is called as the revolution. Let us learn about long shadows and short shadows. In the morning, sun rises in the east. Before the sun rises, we can see various shades of colors in the east. Sun starts spreading its light slowly. Till then, the sky is filled with different variety of beautiful colors. When you are walking around in a park on a sunny day, did you notice that you are not alone? It seems that everywhere you go, something is following you. Don't be afraid. It is not a monster. It is just your shadow. The sun gradually begins moving higher in the sky. Students, we learned that the sun rises in the east direction and after rising, it gradually starts shifting upwards and so the shadows become shorter. Earlier, we have seen sun rises in the east and during that time, shadow of the tree is long. Slowly, sun rises above, so shadows become shorter. For example, at 8 o'clock, if you observe the shadow of any object, it will be long. But if you observe the same shadow at 10 o'clock, it will be little short. At 11 o'clock, it will become shorter. And at 12 o'clock, it will be the shortest. When the sun is directly overhead, the shadows are very short. Then the sun slowly begins shifting towards the west direction. It starts moving from the east, it moves to the center and then slowly it will start moving towards the west. As the sun shifts towards the west direction, the shadows begin moving to the east and the shadows become longer. Students, as you can see in this picture, sun is rising in the east direction. The shadow of this tree is long and the shadow falls in the west direction. You might have seen the sun in the afternoon. The sun is directly above the head and that is why the shadow of the tree is very short in the afternoon. In the evening, the sun gradually moves to the west direction and the shadow is long and it falls in the east direction. Position of sun changes throughout the day, which changes the direction of where shadow falls. This is why we see different sizes and shapes of the shadow. In the morning, your shadow will be long and fall to waist. At noon, short shadow, and in late afternoon, it will be long again.